Welcome back to the Own Your Power Lifestyle Show. I'm Coach Simone Kelly, author, intuitive life coach, and Reiki master with Own Your Power Communications. We're your trusted guide to conscious living, intuitive wisdom, and personal growth. And today we are talking about a very hot topic, the Black Exodus. It's a reason why a lot of people are leaving America. We're going to get into why, and we're going to get into how the lifestyle is. And today we have ROCKI X, health and wellness coach, who is now located where? Where are you at now, Rocky?
I'm in South Africa.
South Africa.
And where am I located? I'm in Johannesburg.
Johannesburg. And
It's the tip of the motherland continent.
wow. Okay. So I met you in South Florida at a workshop. I think it was like a health fair or something happening in Miramar. That's the first time I think I've ever saw you. And you're like you were in the community that I was in, my belly dance crew. So I wanted to know first,
Right.
what made you want to leave? Because I remember when you posted you in the airport and you were like, deuces, I'm out of here. So what's the first thing that made you really want to escape? And I use the word escape loosely from America.
No, it applies. It's a correct for me. It is a correct term for me. Not for everybody, but escape is exactly what it felt like I needed to do. It's been a plan of mine. I've been wanting to do an exodus, a Blacksit for the last decade. So this is
Oh,
actually my 10-year anniversary that I brought it to fruition
okay.
and it and manifested it. It's just been the state of affairs in my country
Mm-hmm.
of birth, and I've just seen it continue to just spiral down. And I felt like continuing to live there was just tearing my nervous system. And it was like being on the Titanic. And
Mm,
we all know how that story with the Titanic ended. And I felt like I was on the Titanic
right.
being there.
Do you
That's how I
feel
felt.
do you feel that, and this is what I think I'm going through, being an empathic person, like you're very sensitive. So it's like I literally I'm like crying all the time looking at TV. I can't even look at it. And I don't even watch the news. Like I try to watch like funny stuff like, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy, and of course they had their issues. They got rid of his show. But like I try to look at comedy, but sometimes it's still political comedy, but it's still depressing. Like what was like the tipping point for you that said, okay, I can't do it anymore? Can you remember?
There's so many straws that broke the camel's back with me. Just going through an attack on my nervous system because every day leaving my house, every day somebody I love, my son or somebody leaving my house was always a fear factor for me. Are they going to be back?
Right.
Am I even gonna make it back? It's just such an environment to me, if I can be honest, it's just such a wicked state of an environment of just a attack on us as Black people, as the indigenous people, and just a lack of humanity
Part
going on in our country.
that
Just a lack of humanity. Like today, you and I are talking, and I checked on the news and I saw two major mass shootings today.
yeah,
One in
I didn't
one
even
state and
yeah.
one at another at the church, and the church was on fire. It's like, this is like school shootings are on a regular, the school year's only really just begun and they've already had umpteen school shootings. I just realized that there is a better quality of life outside of those borders. And I just said, I can't do this anymore.
The
I can't.
sad part is we've normalized it somewhat. Like this is not normal. Like
Oh, we've normalized it.
I have a friend in Costa Rica and who was telling me how her child, I think her child might be like 7 or 9 or something like that, was trying to explain to her classmates about how they have to prepare for snipers, or what do they call it?
A school shooter.
Shooters. The kids in Costa Rica were like, "What?" Like they were like, "What are you talking about?" Like they couldn't even wrap their head around the concept. And it's like, imagine us as kids in grammar school having to deal with this crap. Like, it's just terrifying. So yeah, it's just but let's
It's
not
ridiculous, Simone.
not normal. Like and even like the getting a gun. Like I thought about getting a gun. I'm like, I like I like shooting, but for me to have to worry about having a gun on me to protect myself is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I
So
know.
that said, let's get on the brighter side of things. How did you decide we don't want to make this a Debbie Downer show, but we have to face reality. Like,
No, right.
and we have to realize that this is not normal. Like again.
Right, it's true.
So tell me, how did you decide Johannesburg? Did you have a community already there? Like what made you pick that part of Africa?
Well, to be honest, it was not my original destination, it was one of my stops.
Okay.
When we left the US, we first went to Doha, wanted to check out that part of the world, and we went there just for, like, a couple days, though, and
Where's
then from Doha
where's Doha? Where's that?
that's Qatar.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's a smaller version of, Dubai, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right, right.
Very
Yeah.
safe, women can walk on the street at night by themselves, 3 o'clock in the morning, nobody's gonna bother them, you know? Very safe.
Okay.
Very, very welcoming. Just to start getting a flavor of the energy of someplace besides the US.
Right. People
So
need to
then
learn how it is outside.
we went from there to Kenya. Kenya, we stayed in Kenya a couple of weeks. Kenya was the bomb. Kenya was very high on the list of, "We could do this and we might be staying here," you
What
know? Kenya was the bomb.
well, wait, what made it the bomb? Slow down, let us know.
Yeah, okay. Kenya is very cosmopolitan, very affordable luxury,
Okay.
as a Black expat, very welcoming to Black expats. They're very welcoming, they're very kind. Caribou, they tell you, "Welcome home," you know, and they're just very, very peaceful people, but but they're vibrant also at the same time. The food is organic, the food is delicious there. It was just a beautiful and it's a beautiful country. Very green, very plush hills and peaks and valleys, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place, and the lifestyle there, they have very much a cosmopolitan city, and then you can go outside of it and go into the suburbs, and the malls are beautiful, you know, and everything like that. So we just loved it. The vibe was really nice. Really, really nice. They have a nightlife. They have plenty of good restaurants to go to, very cosmopolitan restaurants, you know, and the music scene is nice there. You can always find live music, and the radio stations are even pretty good too. I just liked it. It was like being in America without the stress of being in America. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it sounds
So
like with the friendly people and all that, that's nice. So then
yeah, yeah. And our dollar goes far there. So you can live well. You can live well there.
how
Yeah.
did you now decide on Johannesburg?
So then from Kenya, we went to Liberia.
Okay.
Liberia was originally where I was going to stay because I'm a land broker and I'm helping people buy land. I'm helping diasporans buy land.
Nice.
Right, yeah. But when we got there, the house that I had rented for 6 months, we'd already prepaid it. I walked in the house from the airport, I was exhausted, and we got in, like, 8:30 at night, walked in the house and looked around the house, and I was like, "No, we
Can't
can't
do
do
it.
this." And my son looked down on the ground, and sure enough, there was something crawling, and I was like, "Mm-mm, we out." Because I had told the people anyway before, I said, "I don't do those creepy crawly things, I don't
Right,
do them." So
right.
let me hire an exterminator to start treating at least a month before I get there. And they're like, "Oh, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine." Everything went fine. So
I don't do creepy crawly.
I can do lizards, but I can't do cucarachas.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, no, no.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, after living in
Mm-mm-mm.
Florida, you got a little bit used to this. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, no. And I didn't have them in Florida either. I saw them palmetto bugs. I know
No,
they
not
have them.
no, I'm talking about
But
lizards.
I
Lizards.
didn't even have
Yeah,
any
I
of them
can't do
because
roaches.
I had my exterminator on speed dial. Only thing I had occasionally was the ants, and
Right,
he right there, and then they gone in a day too. I did not no, we didn't play with that. So, there was, like, no excuse for me. So, anyway, after that, we ended up staying. I decided looking around at the real estate there and everything like that, I said, "You know what? We gotta try the other spot." And my son was like, "Let's go to South Africa," because that was our other place that we wanted to hit. He said,
right.
"Let's just go." I said, after 2 weeks of going from hotels and spending a whole lot of extra money that I did not budget, so we hit South Africa. Baby, when I tell you, when we landed at the airport and I was walking through the airport, I was already in love. I was like, "Wait a
Wow.
minute, wait a minute." So,
Aw.
and
And
after that,
how old is your
everything.
son? How old is your son?
He's 24.
Oh, he's
He's 20.
grown. Okay.
So he's
That's
a young
that's so
adult.
nice that
Yeah.
he came with you. I was worried about that when you said you were concerned about your son, so I'm glad he came with you. So now, how hard was it to find a place?
Not at all. I actually had a friend who had told me where to get a good Airbnb, which was actually in in his and her apartment complex. So my group of they had it in their apartment complex, and it was perfect. I initially thought we were gonna stay there. We were gonna try to go in and get a place there after we stayed at the Airbnb. but then they kind of were, like, a little slow for me getting me approved, and I said, "Let's go look for something else," and we looked for something else, and woo, yes, it was like they have beautiful real estate here in South Africa. They
Nice.
have beautiful real estate, a lot of real estate, a lot of opportunities that you can find something in your budget and something luxury if you want some luxury that's very affordable for us compared to what we would pay in the States. Yeah.
That was my next question. Let's talk about that. As far as cost of living, because a lot of people think, oh, you leave the U.S., everything's dirt cheap, but it's not always dirt cheap. It's just that you might be saving more money than, or you're not spending as much money on certain things that you would normally spend in America. So, can you tell us about, I guess, the cost of living, healthcare, like the basic things that you know about that are way better in your eyes versus
Well, first, right off the bat, I can tell you that the cost of living in terms of what you can get that's affordable
for your money?
blows the US out the water. For example, not our complex, but the Airbnb complex that we were staying at.
Mhm.
Beautiful or two-bedroom apartments that you could get, two-bedroom, two-bath apartments, very nice, accommodations. You're talking about, like, $650 US. One bedroom, and mind
That's
you, this is
crazy.
a gated, secure community with a clubhouse and restaurant and game room and cinema
Right.
and swimming pools and children's play area where your children could actually play outside and nobody's gonna like kidnap them. And you could get a one bedroom over in this complex for like
Oh my,
$348. Nice
that's
one
crazy.
bedroom. Right. Right.
Amazing.
So the real estate market is amazing. So when we came to the building that I'm in now, it's a brand new building. It's one of the area where we live in is kind of considered like the Beverly Hills of Joburg.
Okay.
So
Joburg, that's what they call it?
yeah, they call it Johannesburg is known as Joburg, yeah.
Mhm.
But, so this place, it has, it's beautiful, never lived in this place before. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. It's a big I think it would be equivalent to, like, maybe 1,400 square feet if we translated it,
Okay.
it's nice and roomy. It's on a lagoon, it overlooks the beach and everything like that. They have a man-made beach here, and it comes with the clubhouse, there's a restaurant on the premises, there's a store on the premises, there's
Sounds
a movie
amazing.
cinema on the premises. There's a state-of-the-art gym on the premises, which is all included. You don't have to pay extra
What?
for it. Yeah,
That's
there's a
good.
concierge, there's a laundry center where they do your laundry. There's a nail salon with massage and they do your nails. That all this is on the premises,
This
mind you.
is bougie living, honey.
Yeah, they have a meeting room, that you can use, they have a lounge area that you can hang out, and then they have a patio that overlooks the water, the lagoon, where you can sit outside. When I tell you it's beautiful. This in Miami would be a minimum of $5,000. Plus you'd pay extra for your parking and you'd pay extra for the
Right.
gym.
Oh,
In
boy.
South Africa, you get all of this living for less than $1,200, like $1,100.
Wow.
Yeah, you just and in the it's black fixtures on the sink and in the bathroom and, rain shower, and I mean, beautiful, beautiful,
Okay. So let
beautiful
me
amenities. Comes with a washing machine, a state-of-the-art refrigerator, a dishwasher, stove, of course, beautiful, and
sounds
your
nice.
money goes so far here. Our dollar goes so far here with the rand. Went
Let me a
grocery shop
oh, go
big
ahead.
old basket of groceries and come to like $40, $50, and the basket's filled up to the rim.
My goodness. So let
Eggs here.
say that again?
Yeah, eggs. You can get a dozen eggs for like $1.15, and these are farm fresh eggs. I usually
I was
buy the
gonna say
30
that.
the 30 egg pack, 30 eggs. 30 eggs cost $3.64. 30 eggs. They
Yeah,
come straight from the farm.
and they're not pumped up with a bunch of toxins.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right.
So
They don't even put them in the refrigerator. They
yeah,
just sit there.
just
Yeah.
like straight from the farm. Yeah, I have a girlfriend that has a farm, and I tasted her eggs, and I couldn't believe the difference. It does, you can really taste the difference. So now,
Yes.
obviously, the real estate has you excited. So what else about your new life has brought you joy? Like, what's the difference in your, do you feel different? Like your energy feel different? Give
Yeah,
me a couple of
yeah,
things.
yeah. Simone, I started my parasympathetic nervous system has been able to get a reboot. I have not been so stressed, so tight. When I go out, I'm not constantly like looking over my shoulders. I hear a noise, jumping, ready to
Right.
hit the ground. There's somebody shooting. The malls here are so exquisite. They are just exquisite. I thought we had the malls in the States, but they are just another level. When you go to the mall, you can do everything at the mall. They have the banks, they have grocery stores at the mall, they have all, of course, all the other things that you need. You can go to the mall and get every single thing done that you want from do your banking, do your
Wow.
grocery shopping, do your shopping, you eat dinner, eat breakfast, lunch, or whatever. They have beautiful restaurants at the mall. They have outdoor areas. I mean, the malls are amazing. What I love about it is that it is so cosmopolitan. It's like I didn't leave America, except I did leave America,
Right, right,
sister.
right, right, right.
I did, and I know I did every time I walk out and look at the beautiful people around me, you know what I'm saying? And they're kind.
I was gonna say, is that
They
is
don't
part of it?
you don't
Like,
hear all that loud, and somebody getting cussed out and, their customer service, they're very kind. They wanna make sure that you're okay, that you're pleased with
right.
what they're doing. They care, they really actually show up and care. Even my drivers, I get a Bolt driver or Uber driver, even the drivers are very caring. It's just such a beautiful vibe. It's what we used to be
Mhm.
before we got so tainted.
Right,
We still have little pockets of community where, our people will look out for us, but
right,
it's not an overall blanket. You don't know if somebody's gonna try to rip you off or they're
right.
gonna rob
There's a
you or
hidden agenda. Yeah.
yeah,
The thing that you
but
said that struck me as, interesting, I could relate because I just came back from Costa Rica, and, one of the things I loved was that there was everybody makes eye contact with you. Hola, hola, like, they walk by you. Know how I'm a hiker, I love walking, and I notice when I walk past certain people, their head go down, they act like they in their phone. It's like, "What's the big deal? I'm not gonna attack you, like, relax, just say hello, good morning," have you found that energy different too? Like, people are just more
oh,
welcoming or friendly, where it's just,
yes, I
"Hey, it's normal."
love it. And they look at you. They look at you when you're coming by. They look at you. And you know what? They are so infectious with a smile. And one of the things I do, and they just bust out laughing. It just puts I'll go, Johnny, and they're like,
Honey, what's that mean?
Johnny, Johnny's a boy. I like
What does
they
that
just
mean? Good morning?
it's just like greeting, how are
Oh,
you?
okay,
It's Zulu. It's Zulu. You
okay,
know. And, it's just like but when you see them, everybody here speaks English though. Everybody
right,
but then they speak their own,
their own
tribe,
yeah,
but everybody speaks English here, which is also makes it very easy, in terms of transition, because you don't have to learn another language
right
since
away,
their
yeah,
main language is English, but it's just as a courtesy and to
right,
be immerse yourself in the community, but, they're just so quick to smile. They're very easy to give you a smile. It doesn't take a lot,
right.
They're very pleasant people. I love them. I love the people here.
That's a big important thing to have, like, the community be someplace you wanna be. Now my other question is, what are some challenges you faced as a a expat? Like, have you faced any challenges yet? Like, adjusting, getting like, "Oh, they don't have my stuff, my creamer in the supermarket." Like, I don't know, like, is it stuff that, like, that you like to get, or is it just, like, just technology? Like, what exactly have been some challenges for you?
Okay, I will tell you right off the bat, the biggest challenge that I faced because when I go grocery shopping, I'm not really I haven't found anything I missed because to be honest with you, I try not to buy too much of the stuff. Only thing I did buy of our stuff is I bought the mayonnaise because they have a spicy mayonnaise here, and I like our mayonnaise, like the Hellmann's, when I'm making my like potato salad. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right, right, right.
But other than that, I don't really try to, like, prescribe to the American foods because of the level of
Poison?
GMOs.
Right.
But one of the major things that I've had a disappointment is I have my car shipping here. My car is getting shipped here. Right. But guess
That's
what?
a
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive because guess what? I can't keep it.
what?
In South Africa, last year, they passed a law. You cannot have a left-hand driving car
Oh,
at
they drive
unless
on
it's
the right
made before yeah, unless it's made before 1965, but so it's a classic, but
Oh.
you cannot have that here. So when my car gets here to the port at the end of next month, I have to turn it right back around and ship it. That first day when I got that news, I did boohoo. I was like, because my car, they're paying all this money to ship my car. I can't keep it. And that, and see, I wasn't originally planning on staying here. I was gonna stay in Liberia, which is fine. My car
I
fine
was
there,
gonna say,
you
you
know?
didn't ask nobody in Johannesburg, or you didn't that's the
But
plan?
but no, but the people that I knew here, like my people that were already here, they didn't have cars anyways. They move around with the Bolt, you know? But I wanted to have that just because of all my products and stuff that I knew that I'll be moving around, but I cannot keep my car. So that was the only major thing that hurt me, like, that was really hard. But other than that, and of course I didn't even got my car yet, but when a car comes at the end of the month, I gotta turn it back right back around. But I said, "Okay, you know what, universe, you just want me to clear my way and it's time for something new. It's time to disconnect from everything." I was holding on to that. I had some stuff shipping, but
Right.
I was like, "Okay, it is what it is,"
Yeah.
and that's me making my decision to come here. This wasn't my original stop. So
Right,
I said,
right.
"It's growth,"
Yeah.
you know?
Is it a mobile city? Is there transportation, like, aside from Ubers, can you get along without a car for now?
Yeah, you can actually.
Okay.
You can. But I want one just because of the fact that when I'm moving my products, like if I'm moving products, my yoga, my things like that. But you can move around. I mean, I've been moving around since I've been here and the bolts are really cheap. The Ubers and the bolts are really cheap.
Wait,
You
what are
can
you
go
saying? Wait, what are you saying, bolts?
Bolt is one of their companies, Bolt.
Oh, okay, so what is that,
Bolt.
like a Uber?
It's one of
Okay,
the companies. They
okay,
have like 5 different companies here.
okay,
They have 5. It's very, very popular to use cabs
okay.
and services. It's very popular. Did you know I can get a car for like $2, $3 to go places? It's so cheap.
Yeah,
It
I was
is
gonna say
so cheap.
if rent is cheap, but I'm sure the travel is not so
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
So
It's
now
hardly nothing.
so now that we know you're settled, you got your feet planted there, is your goal to stay here? Or do you have, what's your long-term, I guess, goals? Do you plan on becoming a resident? Like, do you know what you're gonna do yet, or you're still figuring it out?
To be honest, I would really like to have South Africa be my home base and then have that, be here as my base now. And then when I want to travel, because there's other countries in Africa that I want to see, there's
It's so
other countries
huge.
outside of Africa. I want to bounce over to Thailand, but before I even get to Thailand, I want to go to Zanzibar, I want to go to Namibia to see the desert over there in Namibia. There's just a couple. I still want to get to Burkina Faso because of that brother, Captain Ibrahim Traore, who's offering free citizenship to any Black person from around the world. You can come get free
Wow,
citizenship.
this place is doing that. Wow, they really trying to
Yeah,
populate.
yeah, yeah, and he said because he wants us to know we always have someplace to go when we get fed up. We
Right,
have a
right.
place to go. So he's offering that. So there's different countries here that I wanna see. I've only been to 3 African countries, so there's some more here that I wanna see and experience, and then I wanna go to Thailand, but I would like to be able to say, coming back here, that, South Africa's home. And if I don't stay here, I would end up probably staying in Kenya.
Oh,
But right now, our place, we're gonna be here for the, like, next year for sure.
okay. And then
Yeah, I love it.
how do you make money? Because that's a big concern for a lot of people when they leave. 'Cause a lot of people have regular 9 to 5 jobs or whatever. Do you do, like, virtual classes, workshops, retreats? Like, what exactly is I know you do health coaching and what have you, but how does it work for you there? Has it been a
Yeah, so for me, everything for me right now is remote.
okay.
It's all turned into remote work for
Yep.
me. Before there was in person, but it's all remote. But at this point, now that I'm here and looking to settle, I probably will eventually look for like a brick and mortar location as well
Okay.
and continue my clients because my remote clients are all US clients.
Right.
So my day doesn't start until like afternoons because we're 6 hours ahead of you guys. We're 6 hours
Oh,
ahead of the East
okay.
Coast. So
Yeah.
my day with my clients actually doesn't start until the late afternoon for me.
Okay.
So I could have a whole morning of other things going on here. So I was like, there's things I can do. And but I'm building even more of my remote community because I do want to be able to always have that option that if I do end up going to another country, that
Mhm.
it's still built in.
Right, right. Okay. I guess that's all for now, but we're probably gonna have you back, 'cause this is a series I'm really excited about. I'm gonna have people from other countries and other parts of the world, and, I think it's a really big topic that we need to dive deep into and open people's eyes a little bit, so that they see that there are other places if they want to, even if it's just for, a little bit, they to escape and see what the world is like. Because I think a lot of people don't know how it is to live other places, and even
No,
especially for Black Americans, Black Caribbean, to be in Africa, like that's definitely on my bucket list. I've never been, so be
it's
around our
wonderful.
people, and yeah, I'm very
I
excited
love
for
it.
you. I'm happy for you, and
Thank you, sis.
yes, we're gonna.
I'm happy for you too. I'm still waiting to hear the story, but
Oh,
when you're
you're gonna
ready.
hear it. It's coming up.
Okay, 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 okay. I know that's gonna be a show in itself. Okay.
It's definitely gonna be a show in itself. But
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm echoing. Great. All right. Well, thanks for being here, Rocky.
And thank you, Simone, and just thank you for just being able to be like the vessel to share this information with other people. Because one of the things that I found is that people they really try to fear monger us as
Hmm.
Americans about leaving.
Right,
They
right.
always make it feel like everybody else is a third world country, everything else is ghetto. And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. After leaving and really getting a taste of experiencing the other cultures and experiencing how much easier life is, I'm going to have to disagree and say that the third world countries are now the cosmopolitan countries that we want to be in. And where I left is really has become the third world country.
Exactly. I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad, but yeah. Um, you have when I told my dad about my plan to go to Costa Rica, which we'll talk about later, another show. But first thing, that's a third world country, and I was like, Dad, just let me slow your roll. Now he's all in. Now he's all in. But a lot of people just don't know, and he ain't been on a plane since like 1980s. I'm like, dude, you can't give me advice about it. But a lot of people are afraid, just like people think Africa is a place where everybody got baskets on their head, walk around till they see
Yeah,
like it's gigantic. Even like how they make it look on the map. You ever notice that how
of
some maps
course.
they make it
And it's
smaller?
3 times bigger than
Yes,
North America.
we've been so brainwashed. It's unfortunate, but
Mhm.
that's why I love hearing the stories of people that have traveled, that have left, and many of them do not want to come back. So yeah, we'll be
Period.
we'll be doing a part two of this Black Exodus show. So thank you again for being
Okay.
here.
Thank you so much.
Don't do a thing.
My mornings are so much better when I start with Rise. It's packed with mushroom-powered benefits that help me focus, boost my energy, and support my immunity without the crash or jitters. As someone with the ADHD brain, this steady focus is what I need. It's everything. Start your day with Rise.